Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the promo discussion that's going to be happening for the very next promo, which is going to be the best promo of all time. Not necessarily for this year, because you guys know that they can obviously change some things here and there, but from last year's game, the Winter Wildcard promo was single-handedly the best promo that EA has ever created. And then ever since that promo, they never made a promo like it again, right? We're talking about a bunch of player SBCs that were at a reasonable price. The swaps were amazing. The objectives were awesome. Like, just a bunch of really good stuff. And they just never did it consistently again. You know, we just had it that one time. We even mentioned as Winter Wildcard was happening that this is never going to happen again, right? Because no chance, right? And it never did. But it does make a return for this year's game, right? Winter Wildcard. So we're going to see how it ends up doing. But guys, for the first player that we have as a reveal so far, we have Adama Traore. So with Traore, let's take a look at some of his in-game stats to see what we could potentially be working with here. So we're going to go ahead and go to the 79 rated version. Okay, so 82 agility, 89 for strength. So he looks like a card that you could technically play on a lengthy as of right now with a marksman chemistry style. I do feel like that's probably going to be what people actually end up giving that new card and still make him a lengthy player. Because if they were to boost... No, I don't think that's even possible though, because... No, because here's the thing, right? The dribbling on this card is 87. What is this one? 89? It really depends though, because if he does turn into a 4-star player, but then he remains to be a lengthy player, then he's just going to be a good lengthy player, right? Because Adama Traore just has like the craziest run animation. I don't know about this year because I never tried out the rare gold card, but in previous years he does. So if he still has that run animation while being the type of player that is 4-star at a lengthy, it could be something worth looking into 100%, right? You know, striker, Spanish links gives you some Wolves links as well, depending on the type of team you're building. Could definitely be very nice to work with. But it really just depends on how they end up boosting the dribbling stats of the card, right? Next up we have is gonna be Di Maria's the card that we just reviewed. We have the Karim Benzema card, who, to be honest, could be very good as well, because in the beginning of the year, he actually was not bad to use whatsoever. With this new card coming out, it's gonna be a controlled player, which is not an issue whatsoever, because by default, he's already a 4-star player. With the Winter Wildcard being a thing, he's still a striker, obviously, so center forward striker probably. Maybe they offer like different positions, but it wouldn't really make a ton of sense for him. But no, he could definitely be a very good player as well. They just have to boost a lot of base card stats for a lot of areas of the card, because if shooting is going to be in the 90s area, but then you can still give him an engine chemistry style and make him a controlled player, he's still probably going to be a beast to score with, right? Like, it's just one of those types of things, because this card has both of the shooting traits, team player, playmaker, leadership, all that good stuff. So that could definitely be a massive W for sure. Robertson is a good player to get as well, for those of you that obviously want to build some sort of like Liverpool team in the future, because he clearly doesn't have a card yet. So definitely a good selection by EA's part, because when these cards don't have promos, and they should, it's definitely nice, because he is a person that has a high work rate, a unique body type. If you give this card in the future an anchor chemistry style or a shadow chemistry style, depending on how they actually format him, it's a card that you can now use in the meta of the gameplay, right? It's a card that has the pace, he would have the defending and the physical, high work rates while being left-footed. You can't go wrong with that. So if you're working with some like Liverpool links in your squad, whether it's Van Dijk or Alisson, you can get that nice little triple link setup just like that, which would be very cool for a lot of people. So that's definitely a really nice card to put into Winter Wildcard. Another good card to put into Winter Wildcard, because he does not have any sort of crazy promo card yet either, right? So Joshua Kimmich could be, in my opinion, a very solid center mid type of card or attacking oriented midfielder, because the way that this card is formatted is actually very interesting. So if I were to personally give him a shadow chemistry style with the potential improvement that he would have in the future, he could actually be a really sick attacker, right? Because in previous years, once it got to like that team of the season version, right, and he could actually attack as much as he did, it was absolutely fantastic to work with. Like, it was really good. So it could definitely be a W in regards to that as well. You potentially giving him the shadow and keeping him on the explosive while working with better base card stats for passing, shooting, and dribbling. it would definitely be very cool for a card like this, right? Obviously, with him giving you those Bayern Munich German links, would definitely be a W in regards to those things. We have the new Showdown cards coming out. It's goalkeeper reviews, right? So we're gonna do the goalkeeper reviews if Giyu's available or something. I'll probably just do it through him. If not, then I'll just obviously get the cards and then just go into the online games and just have people shoot against me to see what the animation choices are like. Pope had a card last year. If you guys remember correctly, they dropped a card for him last year. He wasn't that good, right? He was not that good. Didn't really perform that well whatsoever. So definitely some very interesting things here. I want to be honest with you guys. The Showdown cards have been very lackluster recently. Like only 20% of them have actually been like proper cards to use in the meta of the game. So hopefully if they keep going down this direction of actually putting out Showdown cards, they have to release cards that are like Enzo Fernandez, who already has really good base card stats, but could be improved on top of that so that they're still usable in the meta of the gameplay. Like they release cards like Depay and Ferran Torres, and it's like they should have done a little bit better with those cards. Like that's just low, you know? What the card could potentially upgrade to is what it should have been starting off with, because that's the whole point of a showdown. You're risking getting one or the other, you know? But it's up to them, obviously. So we have the winter wild cards that was actually released today. So we have confirmed news that obviously Tonali and Kieran Trippier are going to be out. So 2 tokens already for Trippier, right? So obviously if you wanted to unlock that card, I think you could right now, because I think the game itself provided you 1 free swap card, and then I think there might be an SBC that you can also unlock the other swap card. I could be wrong. No, there is, yeah. So you can see that today there's the FIFA World Cup Team of the Tournament Challenge 1, right? So you can unlock that SBC and then be able to do all of that good stuff. So I might even do it myself just to get that review out right away. But at the same time, like I know that people are definitely going to be very interested in the Tonali card, which is going to be a very big deal to work with. But from the selections that we have here, we have 2 tokens for Trippier, which looks more sentimental value FC than anything, but he looks like he could still be decent, obviously, depending on the type of team that you're building. 3 tokens for the 81 plus times 11. These SBCs are always really good because look, so if you go to the 15, 85 plus winter wildcards player picks times 5 options. And then you also have the one that has the 3 times 83 plus times 25 packs. Those packs are always super helpful to work with when there's an actual SBC that you want, right? So in my opinion, when it comes to just doing any of this type of stuff, I never unlock the cards right away. In my case, I would, obviously, to get the card specifically for the channel and doing the review and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to these each individual rewards, people will always go for the fodder, because when EA drops a crazy SBC, they want people to, or not they want people, but people should be able to put those fodder SBCs into the actual player SBCs and then work with some really cool cards, right? So that's always the thing that people are always going to be looking into, right? Tonali is probably going to be the most meta choice here for sure, because whether or not he's a lengthy or controlled player actually doesn't matter because of the recent patch. So if you give him a shadow chemistry style, he is going to be working with absolutely fantastic pace as well as defensive contributions that will essentially allow you to have a very solid CDM to work with at a 5'11" height, unique body type, right? So definitely looks like an absolute W card to work with from now in the future, all of that good stuff, right? So definitely looks really cool for what he can offer in game. He even has passing capabilities, dribbling capabilities as a CDM. The fact that he even has some shot power is also a W to work with, right? And then Trippier is obviously the other one who, to be fair, is very strangely formatted, right? If you give him the shadow chemistry style, which does seem like the obvious choice for him, acceleration is higher than sprint speed. I think in this game you want pace to be as neutral as possible, like 97, 97, so that you can kind of catch up to people in this game. If you don't, you kind of have to put them a little bit lower. The thing is, though, is that when you give this card the shadow chemistry style and you give him that pace, you give him defense, right? Average body type, 5'8", medium work rates. There's a few things to work with there that could be potentially different when you actually use it in game. But for the most part, he definitely looks more sentimental value than anything else. You know, it's a card that's obviously going to be usable in the meta of the gameplay for 2 swaps. You can't really go wrong with that, right? And then I think that is pretty much it for today. We obviously have the 85 plus semifinals nations upgrade that was released today, the 81 plus double upgrade, which I will be grinding on the review account so that I can get all that fodder kind of built up for winter wildcard, as well as just for me to have fodder in general to do the SBCs and all that kind of stuff, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Like I said, I do feel like people are probably going to mostly go for the fodder SBCs for the most part. It's either that or Tenali. Like, that's what it's going to really come down to, right? So if you guys want to watch the most recent video and you want to see what the pack weight is like for the 85 plus semifinals nations upgrade SBC, that's going to be the video right there, as well as the Prime Gaming Pack. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I will catch you guys for the next one. We'll see if we can do a Trippier review today, because I might just go on my RTG account to do that. So yeah, peace out, my dudes. Love you guys.